Hey now, it's your boy Gorilla Gamer bringing you your Florida Man news for August 22nd, 2023. Happy Tuesday. I'm sitting outside in this beautiful Florida weather, so if you hear the errant airplane go by, just no worries, right? But let's get on it. Florida man's traffic stop for illegal motorcycle light turns into sizable drug bust, deputies say, and then we'll watch a video of the Florida crimes of the week. But let's get on the story. Merritt Island, Florida, what started out as a traffic stop for illegal lights on the bottom of a motorcycle turned into an arrest for drug possession, according to the Brevard County Sheriff's Office. Joshua Robinson, dumb shit, was arrested early Monday morning and charged with 3 felony counts of possession of a controlled substance without a prescription and misdemeanor possession of drug paraphernalia, according to arrest records. Robinson was pulled over after a Brevard County Sheriff's Office deputy saw him riding a motorcycle with blue light shining from below. Hey, listen, you cannot have blue or red lights on your motorcycle. Only whites, purples, and ambers. I'm just telling you that because I know. The 48-year-old man said he recently bought the bike but didn't know he couldn't have those colored lights. The deputy also discovered Robinson didn't even have a motorcycle endorsement on his license either. Dumb shit. According to Florida Statute 316.2397, it is prohibited by any vehicle except for police vehicles to show or display blue lights, like I just said. I just didn't know the statute. During a search of a person, it was revealed that Robinson had syringes in his pockets, plus a few other items stashed, including meth, green fentanyl, cocaine, and paraphernalia. Man, he was ready to party, wasn't he? Green or rainbow fentanyl is bright-colored fentanyl that is made in multiple forms, including pills, powders, and blocks similar to sidewalk chalk, according to the DEA. A photo of the items allegedly found at the traffic stop show a chalk-like green piece of fentanyl. If he had all that on a motorcycle, imagine what my man could carry in a car, or even worse, a truck, Sheriff Wayne Ivey said on Facebook. Very true, but look at the picture. You see his dumbass standing there. You see his whole party kit going on there, and you see the cop car and the handcuffed. Robinson remains in the Brevard County Jail on a $6,500 bond. That's not too bad. $650 he'll be walking the streets today. He's scheduled to make an initial appearance in front of a judge Monday. So no, if he saw the judge yesterday, yeah, he's out today. If he paid $650. Anyway, who cares if he paid that? Let's see what's going on with the Florida crimes of the news this week. Let's go. You got 6 minutes? I do. Get it.
Filled with teens crashes after leading troopers on a high-speed chase. Now, they're looking for the driver of the Mustang. They say it was going about 80 miles an hour in a 45-mile-an-hour zone. When they tried to pull the driver over, he took off at that point. They found the Mustang had crashed with a Nissan Pathfinder. You can see the damage there. Passengers in the Mustang, as well as 2 in the Pathfinder, were taken to the hospital. So 4 in total. They're asking anyone with information to come forward. The driver, 18-year-old Ramon Santiago Garcia, called FHP, or if you know them, to call FHP or Crime Stoppers.
Our top story at 5:30, a woman locked inside of a cage of a shed. The 4 people accused in that terrifying case are now behind bars. That victim was able to escape and go get help over the weekend. Fox 35 Stephanie Buffamonte tells us more about what that victim went through.
You keep our women in cages here in Florida?
Monica Reed didn't show up to court Monday. She waived her right to a first appearance. She's being charged with armed kidnapping and aggravated battery with a firearm. For pistol whipping a woman she's accused of abducting. According to the arrest affidavit, she and 3 other men worked together to kidnap and lock the woman in a dog cage. The dog cage was in a shed behind a home in Pine Hills. Police say the 4 suspects beat and terrorized the woman because they were trying to get information about a stolen item. The other 3 suspects, Damon Trump, Kevin Holmes, and Cortez Jackson, also charged with armed kidnapping. All 4 were given no bond. Deputies say the woman's hands and feet were duct taped together. Her mouth duct taped shut too. She somehow managed to escape Saturday and started knocking on doors and windows of homes nearby. Just a few houses away, Tony Stanislaus says the woman jumped over his fence and knocked on his back window. I spoke with him yesterday. That's a pretty big fence.
Yep, you're trying to run for your life. You're trying to save your life. You will do whatever you need to do.
Amen, brother.
The escape sparked a 6-hour standoff outside of the home on Barnett Place and Emeralda Road Saturday. Deputies saved the woman and eventually took all 4 suspects into custody. We saw one man with his hands in zip ties.
It's a bit heartbreaking, you know, and to know that it's so close, you never know what's going on, you know, but... You know, I thank God that she was saved.
Amen.
Reporting in Pine Hills, Stephanie Buffmonte, Fox 35 News.
What's next?
So we dug into the suspect's criminal history. Cortez Jackson and Monica Reed are both convicted felons.
No
Jackson
shit.
also had previous charges from 2018 for attempted first-degree murder and domestic battery. But the state attorney dropped those charges.
The
This
state
Daytona
attorney
Beach
feels like a
woman is
dumbass
accused
now,
of
don't he?
dousing herself with soda in an effort to wash away DNA. That DNA,
What?
her roommate's blood. Police say she killed him inside their home. Fox
What?
35's Marie Edinger is live at Daytona Beach Police Headquarters tonight. So, Marie, you spoke with neighbors. What did they say?
The neighbors told me they are still trying to figure out why this happened. Police think they've figured out who did it, but I do want to mention that woman's lawyer is now saying she is not competent to stand trial.
Really?
Daytona Beach police say they found 79-year-old Michael Sarasoli dead upstairs in a burnt room with blunt force trauma to his head and multiple stab wounds. Evidence on scene led police to Sarasoli's roommate, Nicole Max. Police say when they found her, she was covered in blood, had weapons on hand, and didn't keep her story straight at all. When officers said they'd be connecting DNA evidence, they said Max asked for a drink, so they gave her a soda, which she poured on herself in an effort to get rid of the DNA. The elderly man's neighbors told me they couldn't believe something like this would happen to someone like him.
He's very quiet, very nice. Sometimes he sits on the porch like I do and just sit down, relax, and that's it.
Melhem Farhad is an Army veteran. He served in Desert Storm, and even he's shaken up by this.
And once you know someone and then he's not there, it's like, wow, you know.
Others are too.
Just really brutal, yeah.
What is that like for you living feet away from that?
It's terrifying. I mean, I have a 4-year-old daughter and whatnot, so it's just scary.
At first, Max pleaded not guilty to her roommate's murder, but now her lawyers are arguing she can't aid in her defense and isn't mentally competent to stand trial.
What's next?
The neighbors you heard from both told me that police are patrolling the area more frequently now, and they hope that keeps up. They also hope Daytona Beach police crack down on some of the other crime in that area. Live in Daytona Beach, Marie Edinger, Fox 35 News.
Right. What's next?
We begin with new details tonight on a street takeover in Sand Lake Road in Orange County back in April. A driver actually brought a fire truck to a stop by driving donuts around it. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm John Brown.
And I'm Marlisa Goldsmith. The sheriff's office says
People
that driver
losing their damn
thought he
minds.
got away with it, but not so fast. Tonight, that driver's behind bars. Fox 35's
Yay.
Manny Martinez joins us from Orange County tonight. Manny, he is in a lot of trouble.
Yes, he is, Marlisa. The charges are one thing, but the Orange County Sheriff's Office also impounded 25-year-old Elijah Grove Thomas's Dodge Charger Hellcat. Now, the investigation actually started back in April. Chopper video from the Sheriff's Office shows how massive that crowd was. We're talking hundreds of people charging, swarming that intersection at Sand Lake and Weingarten Roads. That fire truck got caught right in the middle of it all. Deputies say the firefighters were racing to an emergency call when a Dodge Hellcat started circling it repeatedly. Deputies say Grove Thomas wore a mask while he was driving, but a deputy recognized the car from a similar intersection takeover like this one. Now, that car had rust spots, dents, and custom wheels and brake pads. The Hellcat had a tag with a zombie's hand on it. That's all they needed to link that car to a YouTube account where Grove Thomas explains how the Charger was damaged. Investigators found an Instagram with several pictures of the same name, and when deputies deputies tracked him down. They say he admitted to being behind the wheel, but didn't expect the scene to get out of control. He now faces felony and misdemeanor charges.
People would be
Live in Orange County tonight, Manny Martinez, Fox 35 News.
A carjacking suspect accused of breaking into the wrong home. The woman who lived there says she did the only thing she could think of at the time, and that was sick her 2 dogs on him. Fox 35's Chris Lindsay joins us live with that story. So, Chris, it appears it worked.
I love dogs.
Yes, it did. I'm here behind Marie Gilbert's apartment, and that's the window she says Anthony Galloway dove through to get away from deputies and her dogs. You can still see some of the glass here on the ground. Before this standoff with deputies, investigators say Anthony Galloway had a different kind of standoff.
And I'm like, girls, get him. They was laying right here where they're at now. So they jumped in.
Marie Gilbert had just come in from her morning coffee with her daughter when she thought she heard her son banging on the door.
Right as I closed the door, that's when Mama, help me.
She says instead it was Galloway, a man she'd never met before.
He entered with force, and then he closed the door behind him.
Home alone without a weapon in reach, Marie did the only thing she knew to do.
Good job, Marie.
She sicked her dogs on him.
Good.
She says Roxy and Willow got a hold of Galloway, and he panicked.
Ran him through the kitchen. Next thing we heard a crash. We had a big crash.
She says Galloway dove through the kitchen window, shattering it and falling 2 stories to the ground.
It could have went left. It could have went a different way. You know, even with the dogs being here, it could have went a different way.
From there, deputies say he hid in the warehouse on the other side of the trees.
With his broken
and
legs.
After an hours-long standoff with deputies, he was arrested on several charges, including the burglary of Marie's apartment and armed carjacking, the alleged reason he was running in the first place.
I'm glad they was able to apprehend him so he won't continue to do this.
I'm glad you're safe.
Now, Gilbert wasn't injured, and as you saw, her window has been fixed.
Galloway is being held
without bond. Live in Daytona Beach, Chris Lindsay, Fox 35 News.
All right, so there you have it. Listen, it's Tuesday. I wanted to give you a little extra. Love yous. Have a great day. Have a great Tuesday. Early Gamer out.